Welcome back. Now, health workers on the front line in the fight against the coronavirus pandemic are confronted with several risks in the line of duty. Sadly, Nigeria has lost over 100 doctors to the fight, while thousands others are sacrificing their lives daily to save their patients. And now, resident doctors in Nigeria are threatening to down tools. Their reason is that they have been subjected to constant neglect by the government. The honest question is, if this strike goes on as planned at this critical point with rising number of infections, can we as a nation bear the consequence? Let's now hear straight from the horse's mouth. I'm now being joined by the president of the National Association of Resident Doctors of Nigeria, Dr. Aliyu Sukumba, who joins us via Skype from Abuja. Dr. Sukumba, thank you very much for talking to us on DEJI360. Let me start by asking you, why have you chosen this time to embark on a strike? I mean, this strike that you're planning to embark on.
Thank you very much for having me. Well, we have chosen this time because we have had to delay the embarking of this strike earlier before now, and we felt that it is inappropriate for us to have commenced this strike in January when it is supposed to have commenced because of the outbreak of COVID-19. However, as the time progresses, we were hoping that some of the plight will be looked into, but instead, what we had was our plight was being compounded by more problems that were arising as a result of the insensitivity of government in addressing issues that concerned the health and well-being of doctors as they offer their care to Nigerians. Unfortunately, we are humans too, and as you already know, we have been losing members to COVID-19 as we continue to offer our services. 3 days ago, we lost a doctor by name Dr. Abubakar Lano from Federal Teaching Hospital Gombe to COVID-19. Just this afternoon, we have also been informed of the death of another colleague of ours, Dr. I'm trying to remember his name. When I do, I'll let you know. 10 days ago, we lost another colleague of ours, Dr. Nasir Adam from Azare, and so on. So the death of our colleagues is not waiting for COVID-19 to end before they die.
Don't you think you'll be compounding the situation by embarking on a strike at this time that we're recording higher number of cases? And what would you say to those who would say, well, you've decided to choose this time when the COVID-19 situation is really bad because you think this is the best time you can get the attention of the government?
Unfortunately, we will have embarked on a strike if that is our intention in March when the COVID-19 was at its peak, and not now when the economy is being opened up, lockdown is being eased, and everybody is going about his normal business. And we will have embarked on this strike, as I mentioned, much earlier, save for the fact that we are considering the COVID-19 outbreak. But unfortunately, as much as we want to delay this strike further, we cannot delay it beyond this moment because our ability to offer care is compromised. Our members are dying with no care available for them. And to buttress what we seek, we're only seeking for justice for our members. And there is no right time, there is no wrong time to seek for justice. As you know, justice delayed is justice denied. As our members are dying, they have no personal protective equipment. Our members are dying, they have no life insurance. Our members are dying and they have nothing. Our members are dying, no life insurance, no personal protective equipment to use, and so on and so forth. So I don't think there's a wrong
let me get this straight. We also know that, look, quite a lot of the state governments have actually started they've actually given you life insurance. Even the government has come up to say, look, you've been given life insurance and all of that. Tell me exactly what your grievance is. What exactly is the issue for you at stake here? Why are you embarking on this strike? Because we've had several reports and you've given several reasons, but let's hear from you directly now. Why are you embarking on this strike? What exactly do you want from the government?
Good. I want to start by debunking what you already know. Number one, that we do not have life insurance. The life insurance policy has been in place since 2004, but it has never materialized to life insurance when our members die. I have just told you the death of 3 of our colleagues in the last 1 week, the last 14 days, there is no life insurance for anybody. The life insurance only exists on the pages of newspapers. I'm sure you are also aware that the government had made announcements severally that some allowances are paid to doctors as they offer care for COVID-19 patients. I want to repeat, no dime has been paid to anybody in the name of hazard allowance or COVID allowance for COVID-19, except for Lagos State government that has paid some people some amounts as hazard and COVID allowance. Apart from that, nobody has gotten anything, unlike what you have gotten and you've been hearing across board. The personal protective equipment we have been talking about, again, is not available. I want to emphasize this by telling you that just recently, 3 days ago, our members were beaten up in University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital because they failed to attend to a patient early enough who eventually died, and because they have no personal protective equipment. This is to emphasize that we still do not have personal protective equipment in our hospitals. So all that you know is not correct. We don't have life insurance, we don't have personal protective equipment, we don't have things to work with, and our welfare is not taken care of. When I mean welfare, I'm talking about the residency training program. Our program, the residency training program, is a limited period, is a time-bound program that needs to be sponsored and funded. It's not funded. And to add salt to our injury, the governor of Kaduna State had recently slashed the doctors and other healthcare workers' salary by 1/4. And he decided that the best time to do that is during COVID-19. He waited until COVID-19 came on board to slash people's doctors and other healthcare workers' salary by 1/4, 25%. What can be more insensitive than this? And on top of all of this, when the people decided to protest the illegal deduction in their salary, the governor had placed a notice that they have been disengaged, and a notice has been put on the media for people who are interested to replace them to come on board. So as we are busy contending with the injustice that are meted against us, more and more injustice are being meted against us, even as COVID-19 is ravaging. So if the government is sincere and sensitive to COVID-19, the government will not slash people's salary by 25%. And when they decide to protest the slash in salary, the government will not threaten them with a sack and even going ahead to advertise for their offices to be occupied by others. So this is the height of insensitivity on the part of government. And I am sure you will not be part of this insensitivity, where it's a situation where a governor will wait until COVID-19 is ravaging to decide to slash people's salary. That's the height of insensitivity.
Of course, advise us? I certainly would not be part of that insensitivity. But let me also ask you this. We know that the House of Representatives passed the budget just days ago, and of course, it increased that budget. And part of the reason for that increase was because of your demand. The House of Representatives adding 4 billion naira now to take care of the welfare of your members. That's the National Association of Resident Doctors. So it appears your demands are now being met. Would you now reconsider the strike action?
Well, I also need to make clarification on that. 4 billion naira was budgeted in 2019 for the residency training funding. It never materialized to money available for that purpose. In 2020 again, another 4.47 billion was budgeted in the previously budget before this recent one that has been passed, that was passed by the Federal House of Rep yesterday. And now again, it is being captured. That money is not for welfare, it's for the training. It's for funding of residency training. And to let you know that the fact that a budget has been made for a particular budget line does not translate to money being made available. This is not the first time we have been told that a budgetary provision has been made for the purpose of residency training that does not materialize for funds being made available for that purpose. The Residency Training Act that made provisions for the budgetary provision for residency training was signed into law in 2017. And for the past 3 years, budgetary allocations have been made to that effect, and it never translated to availability of funds for that purpose. So yes, budgetary allocation has been made once again, as it has always been, and we cannot guarantee that that will translate to money being made available for that purpose. You know how budgets work, and to even emphasize the fact that what we are going to have is a negative budget, that some things will never see the light of the day, even as they have been budgeted for.
So obviously, that would not stop you from embarking on the strike.
Well, that is not up to me to decide. What we have right now is the fact that we have a proposal that has been presented by the National Assembly. The National Executive Council of the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors will look into the merits, the sincerity, and the commitment, and determine whether that is good enough for the strike to be suspended or not. And the notice for the call of the National Executive Council meeting has since been placed, and we are hoping that when we meet, the National Executive Council of the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors shall take their decision on what to do moving forward.
Very quickly, let me ask you, are you bothered that we're easing the lockdown in Nigeria at a time when we're seeing a rising number of cases of COVID-19? Are you bothered about that?
There's a natural history for any infectious disease, and there's a curve that the disease pattern has to follow. The fact that we are recording more cases now does not mean that we are having more infection. What we are having is, we are observing is as a result of increased testing. As you know, most people with COVID-19 are people who have the disease but are not manifesting symptoms. They are called asymptomatic cases. And so because more tests are being done right now, they are being detected. That does not translate to more infection taking place. Until we are able to test a significant number of Nigerians that will be able to identify those people and isolate them and treat them, the cases will continue to rise. Will continue to be detected until we get to the peak before the case will start declining. So what we are having now is we are detecting people who got infected previously. Before now, we are not unable to detect them. Right now, we are detecting them, and they are being identified, and treatment is being instituted. So it may appear that we are not doing good, but it is just that we are recording what has happened in the past. And so it does not translate to what is currently happening now that the lockdown is being eased. So the lockdown easing, I think is a step in the right direction. After all, we have had a period of the lockdown during which people have been identified, and that has gone a long way in curtailing the spread of the disease.
Dr. Aliyu Sukumba, President, National Association of Resident Doctors of Nigeria. Thank you very much for joining us on the program.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Well, that's it on the program. But if you want to watch it again, it's very simple. Just go to our website, TV360Nigeria.com. You'll find this program and lots more there. You can also follow the conversation on our various social media platforms. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.